Hello everybody, I'm John Murphy with Oracle. I'm in the Supply Chain Management Product Marketing Group. Today here I'm joined by Roddy Martin.
Thanks, John. Excited to be here as VP of Product Marketing, Supply Chain in the Cloud, with a background at AMR and Accenture. And it's very exciting to see where supply chain in the cloud is potentially going.
Great, and that's the focus of this webcast and interview. So we're going to talk a little bit today about where supply chain management is today, historically where it's been, and really, most importantly, where it's going. We're currently at an Oracle Transportation Management user conference here in Philadelphia. There's a lot of folks here talking about the cloud and movement to the cloud. And you know, Roddy, we were talking about it off camera, you know, what the cloud means to people and how important it is to supply chain professionals. So maybe you can just share your thoughts on that a little bit.
Sure, John, and I think that we heard a little bit of it in the OTM product roadmap where they started to talk about, well, why can't we be, integrating OTM and maintenance and asset management? And I think that's a clear sign of the broadening scope of the end-to-end supply chain. As you know, I use the metaphor of the Gartner 5-stage maturity model to talk about a lot of the change happening in industry. And in short, stage 2 is all about project-based supply chain improvement, stage 3 is functional excellence, and stage 4 is operating as an end-to-end supply chain. And I think what you're seeing is companies really starting to think about what does operating end-to-end really mean. And it's no longer just OTM in isolation. It's going to be OTM together with order management, together with planning, to the end-to-end processes with metrics like perfect order fulfillment and profitability and customer service levels. So I think what's exciting is that Oracle's approach, and it's basically the reason why I'm excited to be with Oracle, is Oracle is designing an overarching cloud-based architecture to support end-to-end. Companies have to stop this proliferation of buying point solutions all with their own hosted clouds, because ultimately they will land up with a mishmash of many different cloud solutions, and we just get a different flavor of the same ERP mess that a lot of companies have found themselves in. Whereas our putting best practices on the cloud, designing the end-to-end solution is really exciting.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the end-to-end story's been around for so long, being a person who's been in this industry for 25 plus years myself, it's been talked about since I started. And I think from my perspective, the cloud is really the facilitator. It's a catalyst for companies to say, okay, let's standardize and get rid of some of these customizations. Let's take products that we've taken over the years and put specialty either features or integrations into and put in a standard cloud product so companies like Oracle can enhance our products and keep them on the road to integration, and then it allows us, Oracle, to build enhancements in the products that facilitate the end-to-end processes, because that's a complicated process. I mean, it's one thing to say, okay, we're integrating products, but then there's a whole process integration that has to go on, right?
And I think this is why the relationship with our partners is so important, because those partners are going to be delivering the management consulting around, tying up processes, getting new metrics, new operating models that are enabled by cloud-based strategies. And I think the interesting thing for us is how we message this. If, for example, we put a track together that says, come and listen to us talk about the cloud, we're going to get a room full of technologists. If we put a session together that says, why is cloud so important to your supply chain transformation, we're going to get chief supply chain leaders come and listen to us. And I think that's where we've got to be. This is no longer just a technology discussion. It's people, process, and technology. And that in itself is why partnerships with external consulting and integrators is so important.
Yep, I completely agree. I was reading an article this morning about the Internet of Things and the hardware and electronic connection between moving things around and maintenance and logistics, and it's all connected. So it's a very interesting time for supply chain. So another point I wanted to bring up quickly or talk to you a little bit about is just the reasons why a company would move to the cloud. So we have a number of customers here that are already moving to the cloud. You talked to a lot of C-level folks about their strategies for the cloud. I was recently down in Mexico City. There's a very large company down there who's going 100% cloud by 2018. That's their mandate at a C-level. Is that kind of what you're seeing in the marketplace as well?
Definitely, and I think that if you talk to the pure business leadership level, they will express quite a bit of frustration about all the investments companies have made in on-premise transaction-based ERP systems and planning systems, because the challenges that are really chewing into resources are things like master data management and harmonizing to a common instance of whatever ERP system you've got on-premise. That shouldn't be the challenge, right? And the business is frustrated because saying, well, we got to run this business. We're being expected to be more agile in the marketplace, respond faster. Where are these overarching processes? And I can't wait for another 3 years for ABC Consultant to deliver integrated data and integrated processes. So I think that the real benefit for a supply chain leader is, wow, I didn't know that this thing called the cloud with these overarching end-to-end processes could give me almost instantaneous visibility of demand changes, of consumer insights, all the big data analytics. I feed that straight into my planning processes, and I've got visibility of supply so I can make commitments quickly. That sounds like nirvana for me, and that's where we're going.
Yep. I completely agree. So I know we've talked about a lot of different topics right now. From my perspective, it's a change in the overall strategy for companies around supply chain. Technology's an enabler of that change. The businesses are moving quickly. The IT organizations are reorganizing quickly. It's really just exciting times in supply chain.